measure that pertains to 1% of the population is not protecting women. It's setting a dangerous precedent, and it is dangerous for the trans community, women, minorities, anyone who is not a straight white man. We are talking about human beings, and the President of the United States is targeting them just because he thinks it gains him political points or whatever. Because this thing that he's so worried about it's not real. It doesn't affect the people that he's trying to protect. It hurts them. Like, seriously, I think a lot of us need to open up a history book, because what's going on right now is textbook. It's textbook. And truly, it's boring, and it's loser behavior. I have never felt unsafe around a trans person. I have felt unsafe around men. So maybe let's deal with that. If these people that are in charge right now were really the big, strong, manly leaders that they claim to be, they wouldn't be doing things like this. They'd mind their own business, do what they need to do. They would not be doing this. They should be embarrassed. It also just shows how insecure they really are. Also, whenever I post anything political and it blows up whatsoever, I get shadow banned. So there I am again because I made fun of Elon Musk. How fragile must you be? How fragile? Anyways, protect trans kids, protect trans people.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we have it now. We have the trans circus. They're out. They're protesting. They're angry over the actual laws and everything that's been going on with what Trump's doing with the, pronouns and the trans people not allowed in the bathrooms and stuff like that. And they are melting down. They are losing their ever-loving minds. And even though it's incredibly cringe, and you probably want to stab yourself in the eye sockets and possibly ears to prevent yourself from cringing out of existence, they are, you may have to listen to it, because it's quite awful. It's quite awful. But it's also hilarious because they are losing their minds. They're actually thinking we're going to die out here. It's like, no, you're fine. You're not dying. Listen, you are guys going to be completely fine. It's just, you just gotta be allowed to do certain things, enter people's bathrooms and stuff, because, you're insane, and that's what these people are acting like. So without further ado, my friends, here's the circus in action.
The city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yes, I can. If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here.
Please.
I'm sorry, am I taking too long pleading for my life?
You remembered how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans.
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain. I'm on the autism spectrum. And I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide from my driver that I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
I do not want to be here. It's my day off. I do not want to be in your DMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me. I want you to listen to me.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the books the Nazis burned books on gender sciences first. Now the administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans, LGBT people, and even special needs, denying life-saving and affirming care.
Can you look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please wrap up.
Look at me!
Okay, we're all done here.
Fucking pathetic!
We're all done. Come on.
Of course, we need to continue celebrating Black History Month because in spite of what's coming down from Washington, we all know that we all exist and we all need to be recognized for our existence.
But be aware that you are a guest in my house when you come. And when you come, know that there are strong, queer and trans people in my classroom who will collect you with the quickness.
My name in drag is Dee Dee Delight. And my name out of drag is Dewey Cosgrove Atienza.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered, like all the time. People refer to me as sir when I prefer to be referred to as ma'am. I speak as someone who is afraid to use public toilets. I speak as someone who is a member of this community and is a queer person.
You have to imagine being me and my wife, fearing that our marriage rights will be stripped away at any moment.
Please, I only have so much time. Please, Joe's gonna cut me off.
Which matters more? Covering the legal fees of systemic police brutality or protecting the lives of queer people in our community? How many lives have to be lost before you consider fighting back against fascism and corruption?
Now is the time to say that if federal money relies on the dehumanization of trans people, that we don't want your goddamn money.
I get that some of you care more about easy funding than trans lives, and don't mind Nazis for some whatever reason.
These people are insane. These people are insane. What is happening here? What is going on, guys? I don't even know anymore. This is the insanity that we're being dealt with. See, what you guys don't seem to understand is that the majority of the people, 70-80% of the people, do not want to deal with this trans insanity because they're insane. I mean, the one girl, this girl here, this crazy individual, or I'm going to also assume it's probably a man. I don't know what this is. This clown creature is saying that they're labeling these, they have autism, they have these other medical conditions, or what have you, and you're all like, we should listen to you because you're saying you have autism and all these other things and all these other medical issues, and you're like, I had to hide away from my taxi driver to get here. Are you listening to yourself? You're insane. You're actually insane. And you think that the general populace, the normal public, is going to listen to you? You're out of your bloody mind. I mean, we have to open asylums again, guys. We have to open asylums. It's the only way we can clear our country from this insanity, because look at these people. Some of these people are actually promoting violence. They actually want to attack. Or like the one person there that looks like freaking Dr. Octopus or whatever from Spider-Man or what have you. Don't come out with me, guys. Come on, give me a break here. But seriously, they have lost their minds, and I don't know what to tell you. And this is what they're doing. They're trying to make a trans sanctuary, and CBS Boston is going to make a transgender sanctuary city because, it's all good. So without further ado, my friends, let's go and view on the insanity here. God, it is going to be an interesting day.
The second largest city in Massachusetts passed a new resolution overnight, and WBC's Penny Commit is live in Worcester this morning with how the vote went down, but furthermore, what it might mean, Penny.
Paula, Chris, normally when we hear the term sanctuary city, we think of immigration. But after a late night vote, city councilors here in Worcester have decided to make the city a sanctuary city for transgender people. Now, this came after hours of testimony from the public, many people saying they feel unsafe by President Trump's mandate that the federal government recognize only two genders. And after a council member who is transgender here in Worcester claimed they were harassed and misgendered by other city leaders. This newly passed resolution not only reiterates the city's commitment to transgender rights, but it says that the city resources will not be used to detain people seeking gender-affirming care or provide federal or out-of-state agencies with those people's information. Now, two of the councilors did oppose this resolution, although it passed with a pretty overwhelming majority. They argue that it could lose the city thousands of dollars in federal funding.
I don't care what your beliefs are on certain things or not, but this is the right, take out the word transgender out of the vocabulary, and the federal government's just plain wrong.
There's no new rights that this resolution gives that don't already exist. However, there's the potential for federal dollars to be taken away from the city of Worcester.
And Worcester is not the first U.S. city to declare themselves a safe haven for transgender residents. Similar resolutions have also been passed in Sacramento, California, and Ithaca, New York, just to name a few. We're live in Worcester. I'm Penny Commit, WBZ News.
Yeah. So what we have here is that we have this. They were trying to. They're making a transgender sanctuary city, and as we had somebody say this before, yeah, if they're going to make a trans sanctuary city and they're violating federal laws, and the same thing that we had with if they're making they made the sanctuary cities for illegal immigrants, these people should also be arrested because this is the thing. These people are lunatics. They're insane. And none of their rights are being violated here. That's just straight up. You are not allowed to enter a women's sports team, and you're not allowed to go into their bathrooms. And pronouns are pretty much obsolete because you're abusing the English language here. Like, for instance, you're using they, them. They and them means multiple people. You are not multiple, you are a singular person. Get out of here. Learn the actual English language. You obviously don't know it very well. So, again, those are the things that have been removed. But outside of that, your actual ability, your rights have not really been removed at all. Your ability to go into your ability to work, your ability to do anything is completely intact. I mean, you can even go create your own trans sports. This is a shocking thing, really, because, your trans sports, the ones that you guys want, nobody has ever said that you guys cannot make trans sports. Like where you make your own field outside of the male and female one and you guys compete there. Nobody said that. In fact, more people are advocating for it. But let's put it honest. The only reason why you guys want to enter a actual female sport is so you could dominate them, humiliate them, and get easy money. That's the reason why. Let's be full frank. Let's be completely honest about that. So, yeah, but this is insane. These people are insane, and their attitudes and their remarks are showing very broadly on the type of people that they are, how violent or angry that they are constantly, and this is not going to win over the American people. If anything, this is going to make more people angry, and it's not going to fare well for you. I hate to break it to you, but this is not how you win over the American people, and you acting like this. You acting this insane is not going to win people over. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Let's guys share. As always, take care, my friends.
A reminder, we not meant to survive. We meant to live in the moment and make the best of our lives. So when we open our eyes and take a look in the sky, just be thankful and conquer the day.